I'm Miranda Bolden. I chose to build my company Logicor in one of the world's leading science and technology business centers right here in Huntsville, Alabama. Successful entrepreneurs and innovators excel here, and now you get to meet them. Hear the stories that lead to their success and the secrets that will help you thrive right here on The Miranda Show. Welcome to The Miranda Show. Here tonight we have joining us Miss Ellen Didier with Red Sage Communications. She's a marketing genius, and today she's going to share with us her strategy for marketing and growing your small business. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So Ellen, tell us about Red Sage Communications. Communication, as you know, is very important to our businesses and, pretty much tells a story of who we are. Tell us about you and who you are and how you're able to help us in our businesses.
Sure. So Miranda, first of all, what you just said that's who we are. So that's what communications does, is we help you capture that message of what makes you different, who are you, who you're trying to reach, and really help you understand how do you carry that story consistently across every medium you choose. Well, and how do you measure results at the end of the day?
Okay, so a little bit about your background. I understand you started out kind of as a graphic designer and developed a love for marketing and communications. Tell us a little bit about the marketing and graphic background and how that helped you to propel to where you are today.
Sure, so I am self-taught. I did not get my degree until after I started my company. Mm-hmm. I was lucky and scrappy enough to get into jobs with employers that gave me a chance and migrated into graphic design. So I was a designer for the first 10 years of my career and really enjoyed understanding how to tell messages and capture messages, combining the words and the visual. So I love that my background is a designer because as head of a marketing company leading a team, it's easier for me to be able to understand how do I lead and manage the two sides of my company, from my marketing experts that are perfect at words to my visual designers either in web or graphics, and how do we really find that bridge where it starts to sing, because the visual and the communication and the messages that are captured really do work together well, and that's when marketing gets very engaging.
So you're located in Decatur, Alabama.
We have our main office in Decatur, but we just opened a Huntsville location as well.
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming business is doing really good. I understand you're actually doing business in about 30 different counties.
Well, 30 counties, 9 or 10 states. Mm-hmm. But the majority of our business is North Alabama. We do business as far out as Kansas, Kentucky, and other states, mostly in our economic development marketing.
How do you accomplish so much with the staff? I understand you have a staff of 9.
That is correct.
That's pretty impressive. Tell us how you manage that.
Processes. Processes and communication. So we have a lot of project management software. We're fanatical about how do we constantly improve how we communicate with each other as a team. Are we asking the right questions of our clients? Mm-hmm. And one of the things I'm fanatical about is how do we make the process easier for our clients, easier for our team to be as efficient as possible and get the best results. So it comes back to processes.
Mm-hmm. So talk to us about your client base. What industries do you focus on?
Largest part of our market is business to business. So that could be defense contractors, aerospace companies, engineering, lawyers, any business to business sector. That's the largest part, but we also have a large base of healthcare clients and we have a large base of community clients, and that's the part that does go outside of the region.
What does a typical client look like to you? Describe that, because when we think about small businesses, a lot of times, we're looking at marketing from a budgeting standpoint.
Sure.
Describe your ideal client.
The ideal client, first of all, understands marketing's important and worth being a budget line item. Mm-hmm. So I'll start there. And then it's really the ones that are looking not just for a single brochure or a single digital campaign, but they need a marketing team that helps them understand how do we convey our brand, how do we form that, how do we carry it out, and out of all of this plethora of tools that are available today in marketing, how do we choose the right ones for our business and our goals, and then how do we measure success? So the clients that we work with, whether it's healthcare, community, or business to business, really understand that marketing has to be thoughtful, it has to align to business goals, and they're not just looking for a single piece or a single ad. They're really looking for a comprehensive approach to marketing with people they trust.
Mm-hmm. Now, are your engagements with your clients long-term or short-term?
Long-term. That's one of the nicest things. I have clients that span over a decade with us. And a lot of that is the relationships we form. We are very, very focused on how do we build strong relationships with our clients. And honestly, a lot of that comes down to asking what their needs are and are we meeting them and what can we do better, and understanding, is what we're doing yielding the results. If we're doing all of that, we'll keep our clients.
Now, are you replacing the marketing teams at companies, or are you supplementing those?
Both. So we have some where we work with marketing directors at companies who they're doing the day-to-day heavy lifting of content marketing and trade show management, anything like that. Where we come in on that is an outside brand or strategy supplementing, or if they need a video series and a LinkedIn series that to market for HR, anything like that. So marketing directors are a great team member for us with our clients. But then a lot of what we do is serve as the marketing director. Instead of hiring a marketing director, hire our team. And an example of that is Ace Aeronautics out in Gunnersville. And we work very closely with them. We're talking to them weekly, we're meeting with them monthly, and we serve as their marketing department. So it's wonderful.
Talk to me a little bit about the team that you have.
I love my team. I'd love to talk about them.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Time sure flies. But I'd like to hear more about your team and just talk a little bit more to our small business community about how they can engage your services. So we're going to take a short break and we'll be back a moment with Ms. Ellen Didier.
This episode is sponsored by De Beers.
Bryant Bank wants to help you save time when you need it most. Can't get to the bank to deposit a check? Don't worry, deposit it in seconds on your smartphone. Want to make a deposit on the weekend? Not a problem. Use our smart ATMs that accept checks and cash. Bryant Bank debit cards are even instantly issued at any branch and can be locked or unlocked with a simple click on your phone. Bryant Bank, unbeatable service, legendary results. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the show. So Ellen, we'll jump right back into it. Tell us about your team. I understand you have a great team. You have 9 employees, but you guys accomplish quite a bit. Talk to me about some of the roles that they play in your company.
Sure. So my role as president is sales, business development, and overall making sure everything is flowing and establishing processes, understanding where the industry goes. Our marketing director, Michelle Stark, comes out of TV. So she's been instrumental in expanding our business in a lot of digital marketing, video marketing, and media relations that we can now offer to clients. I have a marketing specialist, Sarah Macaluso, also out of TV, who works on campaigns with clients. 2 marketing coordinators that work with clients on day-to-day coordination of their activities. I have a web developer, Teresa Smith, who's been with me almost since day one. So she builds all of our websites. We've built over 300 since we started. And then Raina McGuire is our graphic designer. So, and my husband is our vice president of operations, and he handles, this is Dan, and he handles all tax and payroll and all of the stuff that I really don't want to handle.
And sometimes that makes a really, really good team, right?
It's a wonderful team.
For our audience who may not know, marketing has changed so much over the years, and the way we used to do it, I remember, 15 years ago, we were just doing mainly billboards, and now we're into so many different things. Talk to us about content marketing, things like digital marketing, and just how that's helping to improve our presence in the world.
Yes, oh boy, marketing has changed. So in 2006, when I started my company, there was no social media, no smartphones, so no responsive websites, and really certainly no content marketing. With social media, marketing has become a conversation, and more content has to be produced to engage people, and that's the kicker, is marketing used to be, here's what you need to do, or here's what you need to know about us. It was very much push. Now it's conversation, and now there's a lot said about your company that you don't have control over. They're talking about your company or engaging with your content or sharing your content. So very, very different. So our job is to really walk clients through what are our choices and how do we do that, because it's so time consuming to produce social media posts. If you have a blog, e-newsletters, that's a lot of content. So there's a lot more marketing positions now because of the need for ongoing content marketing. And our job is to help build the processes for our clients to help make it easy and understand what strategy would yield the best results.
One of the challenges of small businesses, and I hear this all the time, is the fact that companies and employees are able to go in and post reviews. How do you handle, possibly positive or negative reviews, and is that a part of your marketing strategy?
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge
Messaging.
part. We have a tool that proactively asks people for reviews that we use with our clients and we use for ourselves, which greatly increases the number of positive reviews that come in for your company. So part of it is ask, and if you have a tool like the one we use that makes it easier to put more of a structure around it to ensure that you get the reviews, that's step one. What you said about the negative reviews, yes, understanding how do you respond to that. If you do get a negative review, and we coach our clients on that, a lot of times it's acknowledge that you've been heard and move it offline.
And how often do you encounter that? I know most people have encountered that.
Not very often, which is great. But I think a lot of that, though, is we do more business to business than consumer marketing.
Okay.
There's going to be more negative comments in the consumer marketing realm, but business to business, there really hasn't been much of an issue. We haven't seen it.
Good. Talk to us about the budget. So small businesses may want to engage with you, but a lot of times their budget may not be as large. A lot of times marketing can be that thing that's sometimes niched.
Sure.
Talk to us about how you make your services affordable.
Sure. So our clients range in size as small as Art Seafood in Decatur, Alabama, $500 a month to help with social media, which is we're tracking the results before we started and after we started, and his business is going up for sure because of the activity we're doing. So that's about the minimum outside of project work. And then our larger clients like ACE or Huntsville Hospital Health System or anything like that, it could be a lot more expensive budgets per year, whether you're talking about website or anything else. So literally $500 per month to $40,000 a year or more, depending on the campaign.
Oh, great.
So it varies according to what they need, and we try to be we ask a lot about budgets on the front end to make sure we're choosing the things that really are a fit.
Okay, good deal. And you're going to be locating here in Huntsville. Can you tell us where you're going to be located?
We already are. We opened last week on West Corf. Yes, on West Corf off Bob Wallace.
Oh, fantastic. All right, so is there anything you'd like to leave with our audience regarding your services? We're about to wind up, and we want to just make sure that everyone knows how to contact you.
Perfect. Marketing is important. That's the first thing, and you need a good strategy that's thinking of everything to tell your story well. So we do have the team that helps walk you through that. No matter how small or how large you are, we have the people and the solutions to help you with that. So check us out online, redstageonline.com.
Thank you so much. And I also want to invite our viewers, if you'd like to go on our website, www.themirandashow.com. We have our umbrellas, our mugs, and our hats. We use the proceeds to fund our nonprofit, Inspire and Achieve, and we'd love to have you to continue to support our show. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back in a moment with Dr. Teneshia Daniels with Premier Dental Spa. Welcome back to the show, folks. We're now joined with Dr. Teneshia Daniels of Premier Dental Spa. Dr. Daniels, she's been in business for 6 years, and she's focusing on advanced dental care. And so I'm super excited to have her on the show tonight. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So Dr. Daniels, you've been in business for 6 years, and you're doing amazing things and breakthrough technologies in dental care. Tell us a little bit about your practice.
Well, first, when people hear Premier Dental Spa, they want to know, are you a dental office? Are you a spa? And my quick answer to that is basically we're both. We're a lot of both. We focus mainly on cosmetic dentistry, like your veneers, your Invisalign, implants, whitening, but we also focus a lot on facial aesthetics, Botox, dermal fillers. We actually have an esthetician in the practice now, and she's amazing. She does facials, from oxygen facials, aqua facials, chemical peels, body scrubs, waxing. So we are a lot. in one facility.
Now, what is an oxygen facial? I'm hearing that a lot
Yes.
lately.
So an oxygen facial is basically infusing oxygen, and it can be different serums. We use Intraceuticals. That's the brand that we use. It can rid away of a lot of wrinkles, basically plumping the skin, giving you that vibrant look. So, yes. So if you're getting ready to go to an event, it's great to do that oxygen facial.
And how long does that last?
It can last, we typically do them every 4 weeks. The process is typically an hour,
Okay.
And it will last for a good 4 weeks. Of course, we have different skincare lines that will, aid in between your appointments.
Okay, very good. So what inspired you to become a dentist?
Well, I think I always knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field, but as a child, I didn't know what that looked like. I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to fix people. So I remember when I was a baby or a kid, I was always in my room playing with my dolls, trying to fix things, trying to fix my dolls, trying to make them feel better. But it wasn't until I went to high school and I met my best friend. We went to college together. We're still friends to this day. And she was always getting teased. She had a underbite. And I always felt like she was so beautiful, but she did not feel that way about herself. So it was when we went to college, she was able to have what we call orthodontic surgery. And that's when they basically break your jaw, wire your teeth shut for 6 weeks. It was a long 6 weeks.
I can imagine.
But after that process, it was like a flower had blossomed. And I remember looking at her and I'm like, what you see in yourself now is what I've always seen in you. And at that particular point, I knew this is what I wanted to do. This is how I wanted people to feel. And that's what we do at Premier Dental Spa. People come in, they haven't, smiled in years, 10, 20 years, and they have a smile transformation, and it's an amazing feeling.
Talk to me about the market demand. You went from general dentistry to now the spa. What's the market demand look like for these services?
Well, I feel like having patients that come in, like I said, we do smile transformations, it's always something else they want done. They'll come back for their 6-week appointment or 7-day post-op. They've colored their hair. In a 6-month appointment, they've lost 20 pounds. It's something that they want to change about themselves because now they have this smile that they've never had before. People will say, Doc, I really want to get rid of these wrinkles. I really want to, enhance my lips. So that's what we do at Premier Dental Spa. I do Botox, I do dermal fillers.
Okay.
Patients want to, take care of their acne issues. We take care of that as well. So it's a big market in dentistry because it's basically treating the overall patient.
A lot of times people used to be afraid of going to the dentist for the fear of the pain or losing teeth. How have you guys been able to make that an easier process for folks?
Well, I think now it is, we're out of that era of let's pull, let's not give you any anesthesia. I have patients now, the anxiety levels are through the roof. They come in, their blood pressure is too high for them to even get any treatment done. And I think with Premier Dental Spa, we have changed the atmosphere. So when you walk in, you have essential oils burning, you have soothing music, we give warm blankets, we have massaging, yes. We have eye massagers. You can sit and have a nice glass of champagne if you like to, just to relax the patients as much as possible. So I think decreasing the anxiety, changing the atmosphere, that really just changes dentistry as a whole.
Oh, that's certainly wonderful. Talk about the type of insurance you accept. I know a lot of times you may or may not be in a network. Are you having that experience here?
Well, we are. We basically take all insurance. We
Okay.
take everyone's insurance. We will submit it to the insurance company as a compliment to the patient. But we are definitely in network for the major insurance companies like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Emeritus, Aetna, things of that nature.
But for the cosmetic portion of that?
Because there's no insurance for that.
Okay.
Now Botox is also, we treat that for migraines and TMJ issues. So sometimes you can get your medical insurance that can cover that, contingent upon what the issue is.
Okay, very good. We're going to take a short commercial break and we're going to come back and we're going to hear more about some of your great services that you're offering. So we'll be back in a moment with Dr. Teneshia Daniels.
This episode is sponsored by De Beers.
Inspire and Achieve. Yes, it's our name, but it's also our goal. Inspiring students to enter the world of mathematics and science and giving them scholarships to be able to achieve their goals. You can be a part of it. Go to inspireandachieve.net. You can volunteer, make a tax-deductible gift, and learn all about Inspire and Achieve. Students in Madison, Limestone, Morgan, and Lawrence counties, go to inspireandachieve.net and see how to apply for a merit-based scholarship up to $5,000. Inspire and Achieve. Join us at inspireandachieve.net.
You're watching The Miranda Show on WAFF 48.
Welcome back to the show. We're back with our guest, Dr. Teneshia Daniels with Premier Dental Spa. So Teneshia, we'll jump right back in it. We want to talk a little bit about building your brand. You started out with 2 to 3 team members. How have you been able to grow your spa?
Well, basically just hard work, dedication, making sure that we are saving as much as we can to put money back into the business. I think being a business owner, the most important thing is growing your practice, taking care of your employees, and definitely taking care of your consumers. So yes, we started with 2. Now we have about 7 people on staff. So it's all about growing the business, being out in the community, doing as much outreach as possible, doing a lot of charities. We give a lot to the North Huntsville community because they pour so much into us. So I think keeping our brand fresh, that definitely continues to grow our practice.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. So what financial barriers did you face starting the company or rebranding the company as well?
I think that the financial barriers, it's definitely knowing or having a reality of owning a business. At the beginning, I can remember thinking, okay, I'm going to open this practice, I'm going to do all this amazing dental work, and I'm just going to make money. But that was not the reality. The first 2 years actually of my business, I did not take a salary because I was so focused on making sure I put more money into the practice, saving as much as we could so that I can definitely achieve that end goal. I knew that I wanted to do more than just dentistry in the practice, so I knew that I had to save and plan for that in advance.
Smart lady. Talk to me a little bit about location. You know, one of the things that we talk about when we're talking about starting a business is location.
Yes.
Location, location, location. And you located in North Huntsville.
Yes,
Tell
I
us
am.
why that was important for you and a great location.
Well, when I was looking for locations, I did not know much about Huntsville at the time. But I did know about the north end of Huntsville, North Huntsville. And I knew that there was a need in the area. And I wanted to go to a location that there was a need. So looking at businesses, looking at different buildings, the location that we found was just perfect for us. At the time, there was not a lot of dentists around us. And we're still in the middle point. But we're able to provide services to that community in which nobody else is there to serve. So I think it's a great opportunity for us. We enjoy bringing new ideas and new procedures to the community. And like I said, the community definitely pours a lot into us, so we give a lot to the community.
And we recently had Mr. Devin Keith over District 1. How are you excited about the new developments and things that he's bringing?
Yes, very excited, very excited. I think with us expanding our practice, expanding our brand, with Huntsville growing the way it is, especially North Huntsville, this will definitely be beneficial for us.
Okay. You also do a lot of volunteering in the community. One of the things I read about you is that you give back in the free community dental clinic. Talk to us about that. That's such a worthy cause.
Yes, we do a lot of charity. Every year we are doing free dental screenings into the schools. So we go into the schools, I bring all of my staff, I bring all of my instruments, and we do an exam on all patients, on all of the kids that want screenings done. A lot of the kids have insurance, some of them do not. If they don't, then that's an opportunity for us to do more charity work. We bring them into the office and we take care of that because we need to take care of our children. We are always out in health fairs, doing a lot of community outreach, so we do a lot in the area.
Oh, congratulations on that. What advice would you give for most people as they think about their dental health, being that they're afraid to come in a lot of the times, being that sometimes you lose your teeth at 50 or 60 sometimes.
But now I'm seeing them lose it much earlier than that.
That's scary.
It is. I would definitely say making sure that you are doing your 6-month recalls, making sure you find a dentist that you're comfortable. Having anxiety is normal. We're not here to judge, we're here to help. And I think if people can realize that, they will be more tuned to coming into the dental practice.
Thank you for that. Changing the subject a little bit, your husband is Representative Anthony Daniels. Does he also work in the business?
He does. He's definitely over all of our marketing. He actually handles a lot of our financials, making sure that we are counting every dollar and saving as much as we can. But he's in the office basically once a week at least.
Oh, that's wonderful. Also, what about your family? I understand you're a mother, you're a wife, you're a role model for girls. What does a typical day look like for Teneshia Daniels?
Well, getting up early, because I have to make sure that everybody's ready, not only just the kids, but my husband and myself. But getting them ready, most of the time my husband will drop them off at school. But we have a village. When it says that there's a village that help raise your children and your family, we definitely do. When I was 7 months, we moved my mom here from Meridian, Mississippi.
Helpful.
Yes, and she's still here helping us out. But she has been a big help. We also have a sitter who comes in and she's readily available. So it definitely takes a full village to help. Mommy's busy, daddy's busy, but we always make time for family.
I love that, and I had a very similar experience with raising my daughter, so I certainly appreciate that. One of the other questions that I had come in earlier, advanced technology. Can you talk to us a little bit about any advanced technology that you embrace at your...
Well, we always try to stay above the cutting edge of dentistry. If it's just making sure everything is digital that we're using, making sure that we are using all of the higher end, material, labs, all of that. So staying cutting edge is the biggest thing. I pride myself on continuing education, doing cosmetic continuing education, learning more about Botox, learning more about fillers. A lot of my patients now, they come in, they want lips. We are living in
lips?
Yes, lips. They want enhancements of lips. So we are living in a anti-aging era. Everybody wants to hold on to this usefulness, and people need to understand that when you're losing your teeth prematurely at the age of 20 and 30 years old, it also diminishes the structure of your face, and it ages you tremendously. So when we go in and replace teeth, and we go in and add a little Botox, get rid of wrinkles, and make your lips a little bit plumper, it just adds more enhancement to the face.
What is contributing to that loss? Especially being that it's a much younger generation that's losing those teeth. What would you say is the big contributing factor?
I would say not having access to health care. Okay. A lot of people, they can't afford it. Dentistry is definitely expensive, and the longer you wait, the more expensive it gets. You can come in for your cleaning, and if you come every 6 months, the only thing you may need is a cleaning. But if you need a cavity, that's probably the cheapest thing that you'll get done in dentistry. But if you wait, then it turns into a root canal, and then you have to get an extraction, and then after the extraction you need to replace that tooth. So now you're looking at a bridge or an implant or even dentures. So I think having access to health care has really been an issue, and that's why I see so many of my young patients that are losing teeth, having severe periodontal disease.
As we begin to wrap up our segment, is there anything that you'd like to leave with our audience about their dental health or just about your practice?
Just definitely look up Premier Dental Spa. We are located north of Winchester Road, 2 buildings up from the Bojangles. Our website is www.premierdentalspa.com, and we are here to provide all of your cosmetic dentistry and aesthetic needs.
Dr. Teneshia Daniels, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching our show today, and make plans to join us next week for another riveting conversation with leaders and innovators right here on The Miranda Show.